Hello again.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah. So Nazi
Let's
is still
see
having
here.
lunch.
There we go. Got what I needed. He's being cringe. He does that a lot. I expected this would take longer. If you want to listen to the recording, you'll find out. I kind of had some suspicions.
You can be high on your horse. Nazi wouldn't even
Anyway.
reach the stirrup. But yeah, let's walk Sakura home.
I haven't thanked Sakura for cooking dinner yet. So I should talk to Sakura. It's getting late, so I should walk her home.
Okay, hold up. Do we have a delay?
You might have created a delay.
Okay. When I say Marco, you say Polo. Marco.
Polo.
3 seconds. Fuck it, I'm switching to mobile data.
That's horrible. Why did you do that?
Did I do what?
Why would you create a delay? What were you thinking?
Implying I did it intentionally somehow?
I mean, is that I don't know, Russian hacker, something. Fine, to be serious for a moment.
Yes?
Egg did it.
Serious, he says. Why is it my PC detecting my phone? Maybe I need to... Oh, and it's already connected. Let's see. A? Hello?
Did you at least leave the call?
No?
Then let's leave the call and make a new one.
Why?
Works.
Hello?
Hi.
So, why did we restart the call?
Because it sometimes works.
Nice.
How about this time?
Marco?
Polo.
Marco?
Polo.
It's like 2 seconds.
I improved it by 33% for no effort, and in a way that you didn't believe in.
But I restarted the... I connected to my hotspot. I did stuff. What did restarting the call do?
No way. You know, Dia, you're not a technologist, but you've probably gotten tech support before. And the first thing they have you try every time is, have you tried turning it off and on again?
Yes, I know. Fine, let's continue then.
Are you sure? A 2-second delay is a lot of delay.
What else are we supposed to do? Oh right, I forgot to give the screen share.
You did forget to give the screen share. Sakura just finished cleaning up, and she's in the living room getting ready to go home.
Oh, Senpai, I thought you were taking your bath.
She wanted to try to walk in on it. I get it.
I see those eyes.
I'll take my bath later, after I walk you home.
Yeah? You're going to walk me home?
Yeah, it's been dangerous at night lately. So, I'll walk you home. Your house is a pretty long walk, so let me at least do this, since you go out of your way to come here. Sakura purses her lips awkwardly. Did I say something wrong?
No, you accidentally said something right.
I'm sorry. I appreciate your concern, but you should rest.
That's
I know.
That's fine line.
I know.
And why are you reading it?
To upset you.
Okay. I'm sorry.
We reliably have done that.
I appreciate your concern, but you should rest. I know my way home from here and I should be fine alone.
As a heads up, he did not say something right. She does not want her home life to get anywhere near him.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe so, but it hasn't been safe recently. I'll walk you home at night for a while.
But, well, it will cause trouble for you if my brother sees you.
Ah. I forgot. Sakura's older brother Shinji doesn't really like Sakura coming over to my place. He can't say much because Sakura says she goes to Fujine's house, but me taking her home might cause problems. I don't care if Shinji accuses me of something I didn't actually do, but I don't want him taking it out on Sakura. But it wouldn't be a problem if I only walked you halfway, right? There's no way we'll see Shinji at the intersection. Sakura is uncomfortably silent. Knowing Sakura, she probably couldn't even lie about the fact that I walked her home. Hey, then how about...
Want me to walk her home?
An English teacher wearing tiger stripes suddenly pokes her head in through the door. That doesn't really fix anything. My concern is that a girl's walking alone at night, so adding another girl would be... Wait a minute. Calling Fujine a girl may be a bit of a misnomer.
I'm 25 and I'm a girl.
Well, it would be wrong to call you a woman.
Well, exactly.
I mean, you're clearly not ready for that.
I'm not.
Anyway, there's a reason Fujine is the teacher in charge of the Kyudo Club. She was trained by Old Man Fujimura in Kendo, and her 5th rank designation makes her deadly, literally and figuratively. I guess it wouldn't be a problem if you went, Fujine. I bet you could beat the crap out of any perverts who might try to strike.
The smile says she definitely could and would.
She's looking forward to the opportunity.
Of course I can. That's why walking Sakura home is not a problem. Are you good with it, Sakura? Yes, as long as it's okay with you. And someone forgot the quotation marks. That settles it. Let's get going. I was just thinking I should go home too.
Fujine takes Sakura's hand and starts to leave. Oh, Hold on a minute, Sakura.
What is it, Senpai?
Dinner was good. Thank you.
Of course. As long as you don't mind, I'll keep working on my cooking, Senpai.
Sakura beams and leaves the living room. I can tell my cheeks are burning red. Honestly, Sakura takes me by surprise a lot lately. It's perplexing. Time sure flies. Not so long ago, she was just my friend's little sister. Now I find sometimes I can't look away from her. I'm so pathetic. I always thought of Sakura as being like family. But I can't seem to readily accept this change. And that is how my day ends. Just before midnight, Shirou Emiya must perform the daily routine of utilizing magecraft. I cross my legs, take my position, and regulate my breathing. I try to empty my mind. I ignore everything around me and turn my focus inward. I'm gonna do it once. Dores. Boom! I mutter the familiar incantation, as if putting myself in a spell. He says this in English even in the Japanese version. Hence,
Yeah, I understand that.
This is a kind of hypnosis. What'd you say?
I understand that. With the English.
Okay. Yep. With no magic crest and no magical knowledge, the incantation I mutter is really just a way to focus myself and change my body. Typically, humans do not have any lines which allow magical energy to pass through their body. To temporarily change my body, to create a pseudo-version of the lines, I need enough concentration to unify my entire physical and nervous systems. Magecraft is a battle with yourself. For example, I insert a burning steel rod into my backbone. The steel rod itself is the one and only magic circuit I can prepare for myself. That by passing this deep within my body and connecting it to my other nerves, I can finally be a mage. This is not a metaphor. If you look closely, a series of metal rods, which cannot normally be seen or touched, pierce my backbone.
Is he speaking metaphorically or literally?
Keep reading. I'm a magician. Kiritsugu Emiya was a mage. He was a true mage who disciplined himself in a wide variety of mystics, plumbed the deeper secrets of the world and its workings, and even performed miracles. And as a young child, I admired Kiritsugu and begged him to teach me magecraft. But you can't just become a mage. You have to be born with talent and inherit a tremendous amount of knowledge. I obviously never had that inborn talent, and Kiritsugu never imparted any knowledge about magecraft to me. I was told it wasn't necessary for me. Something like that.
So it makes me wonder why Kiritsugu went to adopt Shirou. It's not for a particular magical talent.
He was not intending to raise him as a mage. That was never his intent. still don't understand what he meant by that. But it didn't matter to me as a child. I always thought learning magecraft would bring me that much closer to being like Kiritsugu. I was blessed neither with talent, that is, an abundance of magic circuits within me, nor was generations of magecraft knowledge handed down to me. The magecraft Kiritsugu possessed, the magic crest passed down from the Emiya family, can only be passed down to a blood relative. A magic crest, which is proof one is a mage, rejects any not blood-related. As an adopted son, I cannot receive the Emiya family's crest. And then again, since I honestly don't have any idea what the hell a magic crest even is, it doesn't matter much whether I have one or not. It's just a matter of gaining the ability. If I want to be a mage, I just have to learn magecraft that suits the traits that I do have. Magecraft is, taken to an extreme, a skill supposedly meant to release magical energy. You could say that magical energy is a life force. Magical energy is separated into two sources: mana, which comes from the world's atmosphere, and ode, which is created within living creatures. Obviously, mana, which comes from the world itself, is superior to ode. The sheer power of the world's mana is not even comparable to the ode one human can create. No matter the form it takes, magecraft utilizing mana will always surpass anything created from an individual's ode. So a powerful mage is one who excels at drawing magical energy from the world. It's a lot like a filtration system. A mage will use their own body's circuits to draw in mana from outside and convert it into something usable. Mages call the circuits they use to accomplish this magic circuits. This is the inborn talent part. The number of magic circuits one has is determined at the moment of birth.
Is this like midichlorians?
No. They're actually like discrete like little organelles in your body.
Like mitochondria?
No, larger than that. So imagine you've got like a cluster of nerves in your hand that help you feel when there's heat, that report pain when there's a problem, etc. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Imagine instead of that cluster of nerves, you've got a magic circuit. It's that type of biological construct. That type.
So it's like a cluster of nerves?
Well, to give an example of the kinds of like shape of it and the scale of it, yeah. What Shirou's doing is he's converting some nerves into a magic circuit. That's his trick that he's pulling here.
Does it explain what exactly is a magic circuit?
It's a bit of biology that can perform magic.
Mm-hmm.
It functions in one specific way. It allows you to use mana.
So it's like secret new thing? Like not blood, not lymph, not nerves?
Sure. It's very deviant. It's unusual. Human beings are not supposed to have these. You know, it's a little glitch in the matrix.
Interesting.
Anyway, typically, humans have hardly any magic circuits. They're normally quite rare. That's why mages will spend generations trying to ensure their descendants have a body more suitable for magic. Some families even go as far as to practice selective breeding, in order to increase the number of magic circuits in their children. Not
Wow.
some.
We already got
That's
to the
very typical.
eugenics.
Yep, all mages are eugenicists, basically. Or pretty
Amazing.
much all. But, you know, for a specific purpose and not a fiction of race. So at least it's a little better than real life. Anyway, you don't have a character here, and I get the voices, so you can have the narration for now.
Okay. And since I was raised in a normal family, I never had a chance of having much in the way of magic circuits. That left me with only one option. According to Kiritsugu, everyone is well suited to one specific form of magecraft. He also said something about drawing out magical energy based on the person's origin. I never quite understood that part. What I do understand is that even someone like me can use at least one form of magecraft. If I can do that, then maybe I can be like Kiritsugu. And that's why I've only learned this one magecraft. That was 8 years ago. After a lot of thought, Kiritsugu took me on as his disciple, though he never seemed happy about it.
Listen, Shirou. Learning magecraft means leaving behind common sense. You die when the end comes for you. And you kill when you must. Life isn't at the core of what we do. Death is. Magecraft is walking the path of self-destruction.
I guess I knew no fear as a child. Kiritsugu smiled bitterly, placing a hand atop my head as I nodded enthusiastically.
What I'm about to teach you is the sort of thing that could cause conflict. So you should never use it in front of anyone. And you should never forget your training, because it's difficult. And then again, you don't really need to follow it either. The most important thing is that you always remember that magecraft is to be used for others, and not for yourself. And that would simply make you a user of magecraft, rather than a mage.
I guess Kiritsugu didn't want me to be a mage, but I didn't care about that. I admired Kiritsugu, not mages. As long as I can be the sort of person who lives to help others, like Kiritsugu on that day of fire and nightmare. I got distracted. I feel the uncomfortable sensation of the iron rod in my backbone moving where it shouldn't. Losing control of my breathing now would be fatal. Soon the magic circuits would overwhelm my body and shred it to pieces. That would be the end of me. Shirou would simply be a novice who died because he failed at an elementary step. I grit my teeth and try to recover my connection. After pain like walking through a storm of needles, the iron rod finally sinks deep within my body and fuses with me. Did he just actually insert a piece of iron into his back?
He didn't, for example, find iron in his workshop and stab it into his back, now.
I've been working on this for a little over an hour. And after all that time, I'm finally able to create one pseudo circuit. A circuit capable of creating magical energy using my own self.
Basic structure. Analyze.
All that's left is to allow the magical energy... All that's left is to allow the magical energy to flow naturally. Shirou is no mage. He is just a user of magecraft who can only create magical energy in his body and channel it into objects. And that's why I can only do one thing with this magecraft, which is
Composition. Analyze.
enhancing objects. It's just strengthening magecraft where I apprehend an object structure and channel magical energy to temporarily reinforce its abilities. Damn. I need to read better.
You do. Basic structure. Alter.
I hold a
I wanted to see
broken
if you'd
iron
comment
pipe.
after I said that. Sorry.
Sorry, what?
I had delayed because I was wondering if you'd respond after I said you do, figuring that you'd get annoyed at me for bullying you again. You know.
No, I was just taking a sip of water.
Ah, I do like water.
I pass magical energy through it to execute the most basic magecraft that enhances its durability. Passing magical energy into something other than yourself is like mixing poison. My blood is a far cry from the blood of an iron pipe. Forcing an entirely different sort of blood through an object may well destroy it rather than enhance it. To prevent that from happening, I need to properly understand an object's structure and pass magical energy into in between the small vacant spaces.
Composition. Reinforce.
This will be easy for a skilled mage, but since I have a hard time generating magical energy in the first place, even a task like this is as difficult as shooting an arrow and hitting a target several hundred meters from you.
Well, he can do that.
A typical archery target is 28 meters away. So it goes without saying how hard it would be to hit a target at 10 times that distance. My body temperature suddenly plummets. The fiery pillar passing through my backbone disappears. My lungs cease in desperate need of oxygen. Is this one of those gas leaks? My back arches in an effort to keep me from passing out.
Damn. I failed again.
The iron pipe is unchanged. The magical energy I passed into it appears to have dispersed.
Damn. Adding to something that already has a set form is hard.
I am a pipe. What I'm attempting to do is like adding an extra brushwork to a completed work of art. Adding something extra to a completed object raises the risk of compromising the object's integrity. The paintbrush, helping to improve, may actually devalue the work instead. Which is why, despite the simplicity, strengthening magecraft is so difficult, and not many mages willingly use it. And it's not that I chose this, but it's really all I can do. It would be much easier if I could make something from shapeless clay, but a substitute that just recreates its form is all showing no substance. Which explains all the junk around. Whenever I fail at strengthening magecraft, I try to make substitute objects to practice and calm down on, but they all end up empty. I can visualize the structure of an object easily, and I can recreate something very similar, but it's hollow and obviously doesn't function at all. I wipe the sweat off my brow. I realize I'm absolutely dripping with sweat. If this is as bad as it got, I should consider myself lucky. But what happened earlier was really bad. Had I taken even a second longer to recover, my internal organs would probably be mush about now.
If only pushing myself to the brink of death helped me to improve, there'd be some hope.
But nothing comes that easily. This giant Dragon Ball.
Oh, if it were Dragon Ball, he'd be fine. If he were a Saiyan, he'd. By the way, in Dragon Ball, you probably watched only abridged, so you don't have the language here. But I think the in-universe language for that is like Zenkai, is the when a Saiyan is pushed to near death, his power increases immensely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the same time, fear of death will stand in the way of improving my magecraft. Learning magecraft means courting death at every turn. Even rudimentary, everyday magecraft can spin wildly out of control from a single mistake, ending the caster's life. The very first thing a mage must do is resolve to accept death. Ritsugu always looked sad whenever he brought that up. Maybe it was his way of saying that he didn't want me getting into any of this.
Saving one person means not saving someone else. Being a hero of justice means you need to be an extremely egocentric person.
That was always his line. Ritsugu always said that whenever I mentioned wanting to be like him, I still don't know what he meant by that. All I'm certain of is that I want to save people, to be a hero of justice, like Kiritsugu Emiya.
But I can't even manage the basics. I'm such an idiot for letting myself get distracted at the most crucial moment.
It's not enough for me to just grasp the object's structure visually. A skilled mage should be able to focus only on the crucial areas, efficiently channel magical energy.
My dream. To become a hero of justice.
I remember what Fujine mentioned at dinner. I never really thought of that goal as embarrassing or impossible. That Shirou Emiya will succeed Kiritsugu Emiya has already been decided. That's why I've been doing everything I can despite how sorely I lack an experience. I don't know exactly what it means to be a hero of justice. But because I don't know, I've trained myself to be the best if anyone. Because I don't know, I've trained myself to be the best. I've trained myself to the best of my abilities, in hopes I'll be useful to somebody. I haven't taken my eye off that goal these past 5 years. Whenever things go wrong like this, I start to have doubts.
Nah. I just don't get it, old man. What the hell do I have to do to be a hero of justice?
I look up at the sky through a window. It's not just about being good for someone out of the blue. Saving someone and being a hero of justice are two different things. I know that. What do I have to do to differentiate them? Do I have... what... I've yet to understand that crucial concept for the past 5 years. Oh, we got a natural save point. Now let me refill my water, man. February 1st. 2, 1 day 2. What does it mean?
Your line.
I awake to darkness. I guess I'm not much for dreaming. Unless something big happens, I always have the same dream anyway. I always envision a sword. I have no idea why. That's the only thing that pops into my head. There is no rhyme or reason to it. Perhaps this is what defines me as, well, me, as Shirou. I don't have any dreams of my own. The only things on my mind while asleep are what others taught me long ago. For example, on how to be a mage. Even if I'm not a full-fledged mage, it's only natural for a mage to be aware of the world they're in. But simply, a mage is an irregular, an outcast from society. Even outcasts need to band together to survive. My old man told me there is a society of mages called the Mages Association. He also told me I shouldn't ever get involved with them. The Mages Association is said to conceal the existence of magecraft and manage mages. The Mages Association watches over mages and makes sure their magecraft doesn't affect society. But the strange thing is that they don't really prohibit mages from abusing magecraft either. According to Kiritsugu, the Mages Association is only interested in concealing mystics. Even if, say, a mage carried out an experiment that sacrificed, let's say, a lot of citizens, the association wouldn't punish them. Their priorities are expressly in preventing the public from becoming aware of magecraft, which does not mean magecraft is completely banned. Honestly, anything goes as long as this truth doesn't come out. At least that seems to be how that insane bunch conducts themselves. Whatever it is, the Mages Association's surveillance is absolute. Typical magecraft research sacrifices the lives of ordinary humans, which in turn risks revealing the existence of magecraft to the world. As such, the Mages Association doesn't permit research that would harm society. Ultimately, mages conduct their research in their privacy of their homes, while the world is none the wiser. So, mages sometimes go into hiding to escape the association's scrutiny and oversight. There may be some mages living in this town, and I just don't know it. I also hear Fuyuki is a spiritual hotspot of sorts. That probably means there is some prestigious mage with a storied history living here. They're called second owners, elite mages the association trusts to watch over territory. Other mages who live in the same area must visit these second owners first to get permission to build their workshops. My old man was an outlaw who cut ties with the association and moved here without the consent of Fuyuki's second owner. So, in a way, our family is a bunch of trespassers living in a house without permission from the landlord. Which means the second owner doesn't know that Kiritsugu Emiya was a mage. So I tend to feel like our family status as mages is kind of unclear. But when my old man, the bona fide mage, died, and even though I'm his disciple and son, I don't know a thing about the Mages Association, and have no real knowledge about being a mage. I have a feeling the association would want to dispose of someone like me, and they hadn't made any sort of move. Apparently the Mages Association doesn't have many eyes in Japan. That's probably why I haven't been found yet. But that doesn't mean I can let my guard down. The eyes of the Mages Association are said to be everywhere, and if someone commits a crime using magecraft, the church's heretic hunters will make their move. Using magecraft, however half-assed you may be about it, makes you enemies. So with all that in mind, I honestly just want to study being a mage on my own. I think you should take over the narration again, because I kinda strained myself.
You strained yourself?
A little. So I'm gonna rest my voice for a bit.
Gotcha. Alright, well. I wake up as the sunlight starts to pour in through the window. It looks like the sun's just now coming up. It's still dark out. It's cold. Waking up in the morning is getting tough. I get up, trying not to let the morning cold discourage me, and quickly fold up my futon. It's 5:30. I've always been an early riser, no matter how late I go to bed. I might mess up once in a while, like yesterday, but that's rare. Okay, breakfast. I let Sakura do all the work yesterday, so it looked kind of bad if I didn't return the favor this morning. I should hurry up and finish making breakfast before Sakura comes. See how obsessive he is about this?
Yeah, very much.
I cook rice and make miso soup. Yesterday the soup had daikon radish and carrots, so I'm making onion and potato miso soup today. I make the egg omelet and use the leftover konnyaku to simmer it with bonito flakes.
Why do they have to keep talking about food?
Because you're starving and they want you to suffer. I make incisions into the sari fish, which will be the main dish, and sprinkle it with a little salt. All I have to do is broil it, but that can wait until the last minute. Okay, that'll do it. It's almost 6. I finish earlier than expected, so I have some time on my hands. So what should I do with this extra time? Next question?
A couple push-ups?
Guess I'll work up a quick sweat if I have so much time. Morning exercise is my daily routine, so I should do some light workouts.
Wow, I called it.
Nice, actually. Dia being right about something. Alert the presses. Anyway, the hushed atmosphere of an empty dojo encourages one to focus.
He has his own dungeon. That's fucking... Yeah.
His house is a mansion. It's
Yeah.
just a Japanese mansion. It's what you'd expect a samurai to have lived in, is the way he described it.
Yeah, true.
And in the morning, just as the sun rises, its serenity makes the mood even more sacred, enthralling whoever visits the site. Anyway, there's only one thing I do here. Ever since my old man died, the dojo has just turned into a gym to train my body.
Is there a big difference between a dojo and a gym?
I think a dojo is for a specific purpose, and it's like a place where you practice a specific kind of martial art. And a gym is just kind of a general workout area. A dojo probably has more of a focus on training a skill, and a gym is more of a place where you focus on, just generally advancing your body. So rather than muscle memory, just muscle, for example. Just my guesswork.
Makes sense.
Training to be a mage means I can't neglect training my body. One of the conditions of being a mage is maintaining yourself at your physical peak. When Kiritsugu was alive, he and I sparred often. Well, more that he just kicked my ass every time, so I never really learned how to win myself.
Fucking relatable.
True! Oh my god, I hadn't thought about that. Yeah. I'm basically just brutalizing you. It's great. I love beating the shit out of you. It's so fun.
One day.
Anyway. Maybe. We only have a few days before, the 10 days are up.
You're still doing that? I'd never signed up.
I know. But this isn't the agreement. This is a threat.
Oh my god.
I'm not negotiating with you. I'm making threats and offering you a way to negotiate a treaty or to go trial by combat.
What even is in 10 days?
Well, the fifth Stormlight book takes place over only 10 days, and it's referred to as the final 10 days. So I was making a reference to that.
Oh.
Yeah. But also, conveniently, the end of the year.
I can't count. 7, 8, 9,
Well,
10.
I said it as the solstice. I actually said it as the solstice, thinking this was a possibility from the start, to be honest. So this was the plan. Because the solstice is conveniently, a supposedly spiritually important day that is also, 10 days from the end of the year.
You absolute shithead.
Look, just because you can't think ahead doesn't mean that I shouldn't. Anyway. But at least I learned the difference between a fight and a battle.
The 28th. That'll be the day of our duel.
Why the 28th?
Because it's after some holidays, but before other holidays, and also it's a Saturday.
Let me decide if it's going to be the 28th. I have to check whether that's convenient for my schedule. One moment. I can do that, yeah. We can do the 28th.
Also, maybe it should be a best of 3.
We can discuss the terms of the battle, but we'll be ready when it's time.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have to, after all, make sure that it's something where you actually feel like you have a chance, or at least enough of a chance to make the trade somewhat fair that you're taking the risk. The traditional ways to balance things like this is that if I'm more likely to win, I should have more to lose if I lose, since I'm more likely to win.
Mm-hmm.
This is kind of... Admittedly, this is kind of basic finance.
Yeah.
Yeah. And because of the fact that you never get close to beating me. Probably, yeah. I'll also accept a handicap, a negotiated one, but... Yeah. Anyway, I already read my lines, so I've been waiting for you.
When did you read this one? But at least I learned the difference between a fight and a battle.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
In other words, I learned the difference between killing and beating an opponent, and how to conduct myself in each situation. Knowledge and experience are different. That's a good point. Without the knowledge to know the difference, it's hard to tell if you've gotten yourself into a fight or a massacre.
So Shirou is definitely not a bumbling loser protagonist kind. He very much is competent.
So Shirou is not stupid. Shirou is mentally broken. He has a cognitive problem resulting from trauma and from extraordinary levels of survivor's guilt from the incident you saw at the start.
Yeah.
He's not brilliant, but he's not dumb.
Yeah,
People do make fun of him for being dumb, but they mean it in a different way.
Yeah, he's not anime protagonist dumb.
He's not. If he were, I wouldn't like him. I hate that archetype. To me, the Goku archetype pretty much only works for Goku, and every other version of it is bad. The only other version of it that I've seen that's good is Gon from Hunter x Hunter, because he was made by a competent writer who wanted to comment on what a protagonist like that is like, and how self-destructive their attitudes would really be.
Oh.
Whereas Dragon Ball is a comedy series that only turned into a fighting story because the author felt like it'd be fun. And that's why Goku works. Goku would not be a functional protagonist of a normal story, but in the world of Dragon Ball, with the rules of Dragon Ball, he works great.
Mm-hmm.
But whenever people make these copycat shonen idiot characters, they're awful. They're awful.
Yes.
Like, it offends me. Anyway. It's as simple as that. Learning Magecraft means there's a risk of perishing on your own, as well as the risk of having to fight. And in mages, that means killing each other. That's why Kiritsugu wanted to teach me that I must always be ready to face death. But the person reminding me of that lesson is long gone. So the only thing I can do alone is some simple exercises. Guess I better get on with it. As I stretch to warm up, I focus on my inner strength and begin my exercises. As I train my body, I assess how my magic circuits affect my blood flow, my skeletal frame's creaking, the fatigue I feel, and how much that all distracts my thoughts. 120, 150, 170. Even simple push-ups can train my magic circuits as long as I focus on my mental state, rather than putting physical weights on my body. With no proper mentor teaching me Magecraft, morning training is no different than what most sports clubs do, and they have become very important to me.
Good morning, Senpai. Did you finish preparing breakfast already?
Yeah, it's all done. All that's left is to set the dishes and grill the fish.
Oh, I'll help. Leave the dishes to me.
You can take back over if you want, or I can keep going if you want. I'm just checking in.
Oh yeah, keep going the narration.
Okay. Sakura is clearly eager in her reply. Well, yes, Shirou, I'm glad you can recognize that Sakura is eager, for once. And coming in behind the ever-dependable Sakura.
I smell Shirou's omelette. So he handled breakfast this morning, huh?
Fujine casually heads to the table. Well, let's just ignore her for now. I need to grill the prepared fish. Sakura, use the middle set of plates. The food will look better on those.
Yeah, the plates with bumps on the surface?
Yeah, those. Grilled meals tend not to look good if you don't plate them well. I've already grated the daikon. Sakura reaches far to take out the plates. As she reaches out, I think I see a faint bruise on the back of her hand.
Can there even be a bruise on the back of the hand?
Yes. Not easy, though.
Yeah, I have no idea how to bruise that part of the body.
So you can definitely get a hematoma there, but you don't often take a strike there. There's not often a lot of pressure there, and there's a lot of bone in the way nearby. So there are several forces to explain why. If you think about it, how often are things actually hitting you on the back of the hand anyway?
I mean, if I hit my desk really hard, I guess. But I would have to be waving my arms around wildly to accidentally do that.
I do get bruises on the backs of my fingers, but the reason for that is that I wrap my fingers on things all the time to drum things out, or just because I feel like it. I'm an out of shape person right now, but of all things, I have the knuckles of a boxer. My fingers are very calloused. Yeah. Sakura, hold on a minute.
Yes? What is it?
What's that bruise on your hand?
How?
She averts her eyes, looking uneasy.
I don't know if it picked up, but like, I actually choked a little, so I
heard
decided that will be my take.
I heard it. It got picked up.
Good.
Her reaction makes how she got the bruise clear. Is it Shinji again? I can't believe he beats his own sister.
That's not it, Senpai. Well, I got this when I fell. You know how clumsy I am.
That's the famous response that girls give when they're being abused, by the way. Is, no, I'm just clumsy.
That's why I'm always falling and getting myself hurt.
How stupid do you think I am? Nobody gets bruises like that from falling. Seems like Shinji needs some sense smacked into him.
No, Senpai. My brother really has nothing to do with this. I just hurt myself, so there is no need for you to be angry for me. Also, did he say again? Yeah, again. So this has already happened.
This is already a known quantity, and I hope it's evident that this is very likely why Shirou left the archery club.
Yeah, and he still puts up with Shinji, huh?
He can't help it.
I imagine Issei knows about this as well, hence the fantasy of punching Shinji in the face.
He can hurt Shinji as long as it's for somebody else, but not for himself. Sakura falls silent. Sakura may seem docile, but she's surprisingly stubborn. It's no use saying anything to her right now. Fine. If you say so, I'll leave it at that.
Yes, I'm sorry, Senpai.
Why are you apologizing? Shinji's the one in the wrong. The moment I say Shinji's name, Sakura awkwardly looks away. It can only mean he is the cause of the bruise on her hand. Shinji Mato has a bad habit of treating his little sister like crap. I noticed it about a year ago. Every now and then I'd see Sakura injured, and she always made excuses when I asked what happened. When I asked Shinji about it, he revealed to my shock that he'd been the one to hit Sakura.
He fucking admits it? Knowing him, he probably even brags about it.
I'm actually, like, shivering in real life thinking about that. Like, I knew that he did. I knew this was a thing. But thinking about it, it is really disturbing.
Very.
I asked why, and he told me it was because she'd done something he didn't like. I got pretty pissed off. So I did to Shinji what he'd done to Sakura. We haven't been on great terms since then.
Senpai, have you made up with my brother?
No? Yeah, sure. We never fought in the first place. There's not much call for making up.
Well, that may be how you see it, but my brother doesn't see it the same way. Thinks you're still fighting, so
He
you
thinks he thinks you're still fighting until he gets an apology. That it's not over until he wins. That's what I figure. There are a hell of a
so
lot of people in the world like that.
yeah. So you should be careful.
Sorry, just thinking for a moment. Hmm? What Sakura says strikes me as odd. Be careful? Of Shinji?
Yes, he's angry with you, and I hear he was the very reason why you quit the club.
Called it. Shinji had nothing to do with me quitting. Well, he might have been a factor, but it's nothing you should worry about. And Shinji's right, this is a little unsightly. I point at my left shoulder. There's a little scar there. It happened about 1.5 years ago. Something fell on me during one of my jobs, injuring my left shoulder. I ended up with just a broken bone, but I also came away with a burn to my shoulder. After the accident, I quit the Kudo club. Our school's Kudo club, out of respect for formalities, allows students to perform sacred shooting rituals. Male students participating in this expose their left shoulders. Shinji pointed out it may be disrespectful for someone performing a sacred shot to expose a scar. And since I was getting busy with my various jobs, I decided to quit the club.
That's maybe it's a culture shock, but that sounds kinda dumb to me.
Yeah, it is a little bit of a culture shock to me as well, but if it were really an ugly big scar, you could see how people in like a church might feel that way. So I don't know how, Shinto, more of a, you know, distributed religion, let's say, especially after the fall of state-sponsored Shinto, might, have this stuff later, but all right. I mean, yeah. One moment.
Okay, I'll refill my water then.
Something really funny just happened to me in the game. One of my favorites. Anyway, it's your line when you're ready. Thanks for your patience while I was laughing internally.
Sorry, I didn't hear you. I was away.
I got murdered in a really funny way.
In Warcraft?
Yeah.
Do you wanna share with the class?
So, there's an old meme from a YouTube channel called Wow Krendor, where he's complaining about idiots in dungeon groups, like where you're, taking on a tough dungeon with a group of 5 people, and about people just being incredible morons. It's great. And he just repeats, "Get out of the fire, get out of the fire, get out of the fire, get out of the fire," over and over, because people would just stand in the fire effect when obviously you are supposed to move. I know, shocker.
That seems like a very poor
And so,
survival instinct.
yes, but people being monumental idiots is a very common experience. So, when they released Cataclysm, this was like a year or two after that video, where that became a meme. They had to deal with the choices of the giant dragon that was the game's end boss flying around to different zones and just lighting them on fire and killing everything. This is just a thing that happens for the entire expansion's duration. Is just everybody fucking dying repeatedly. And whole areas just getting burninated. When I returned from my dungeon, I was teleported right into the middle of one of his fire attacks because I got warped back to where I was before.
Oh.
And so I instantly fucking died. And you get an achievement for this called Stood in Fire, which is a reference to that video.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's funny to me because I didn't stand in fire, but I love that achievement. Yeah, fantastic. No notes.
I just realized your PFP is gone from the OBS feed. I don't know why.
Well, I think that's your fault.
Maybe it's because we restarted the call. Let me check quickly.
I think it's because you're cringe.
I mean, not that I'm not, but maybe that's not the reason. Is it loading? Maybe? I know it looks weird. It doesn't matter. You can be a disembodied voice like you usually are. Senpai, I may ask this often, but are you never going to shoot again? Miss Fujimura even said your injuries wouldn't affect your performance.
Fujine would say that even if I'd broken every bone in my body.
Senpai, I'm being serious.
I know I should give her a serious answer, but fortunately I can't give Sakura the answer she's looking for. I don't have time to do club activities. I like Kyudo, but it's not something I should prioritize. So, I think I'll give it a rest for a while.
How long is a while?
However long I feel like. Or maybe until it's time for you to graduate. I'm looking forward to having you look after me then, Sakura. I pat Sakura's shoulder.
Is he being for real? Oh, okay. I'll be waiting when that time comes.
She nods so violently, it looks like she might drop the plates.
Not the reaction I expected.
Well, he's not being patronizing. He's saying, hey, maybe when it's your turn to be in charge, because whatever. Because she'll have been in the club for years and he won't.
Oh.
It's almost 7:30. Sakura and Fujine have long since left the house for their morning club activities. I went to school early yesterday because Issei asked me to. But I leave the house at the usual time today. I noticed something strange as I walked down the hill towards the intersection. Several police cars are parked in front of a house. Turns out that one of my neighbors had been discovered with a used panty collection under his bed.
Oh my god.
It's Japan. I mean, that's probably what happened. Anyway, something must have happened since a crowd has gathered. There are easily 20 people watching. I'm curious, but the mass of people prevents me from finding out what's happening. I don't have much time, so I should hurry to school.
I wouldn't say 20 is a mass of people.
I'd say that's a mass of people. To have just crowding around a spot, that's a lot of fucking people.
I mean, if it's a small spot, sure. I guess depends on when they're crowding around.
That's true. I make it to school 10 minutes before the first bell. As I cross through the gate with plenty of time as usual.
Is this a woman?
I don't care who it is, they're yours.
Hey, morning, Emiya.
I figure it's... I thought it would be Ayako. I thought it would be Ayako, because she's the sort of character who talks that way.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. I like Ayako.
She looks nice in that Kyudo uniform.
Ayako's a fun character. She just kind of exists as a side character to be somebody who, like, Rin actually knows. You haven't even changed yet, Mitsuzuri? Homeroom's about to start. You really don't have time to say hi to me.
You're absolutely right. Matter of fact, as always, Emiya.
Yeah, that's fair. That is kind of how he is. I don't know what's so funny. But she laughs heartily, not caring about her surroundings. This is Ayako Mitsuzuri. She's been a classmate of mine since we were first years, and she's currently the captain of the Kyudo Club. She's an unbelievably insightful person, and it was expected that she would be the team's next captain since her first year with them. Mitsuzuri is a precocious sort, and people have always had high hopes for her, and even leaned on her, ever since she was a first year. Yet again, she gets mad whenever someone mentions that in front of her, claiming she doesn't look as old as people think. Stupid fucking Japan. I'm responsible? No, I'm a child! Don't make me do things! I'm a woman, I need to be young! My value is tied to whether people think I'm attractive. Society's evil, please help.
Damn. They're just thinking something bad about me?
Yes. I wouldn't dare. Just making an observation. If you want to get angry about it, that's your call.
You don't say. That may be your honest answer, but you never say out loud what's really in that head of yours. Cause unlike Shinji, you never let your true self show. That's a sick burn for Shinji.
Yeah. Shinji? What's he got to do with this?
No matter how much either of you protests, you and Shinji are friends. You are his only male friend, and let me remind you that I'm the captain of the Kyudo Club. Isn't it only natural for me to associate our club's troublemaker with our former troublemaker?
I guess. The Kyudo Club's got nothing to do with it, but he and I go back a long way.
I see you just got ticked off. You always get frosty whenever the Kyudo Club gets mentioned. You sure had some guts quitting and leaving Shinji behind, you know. Did you not consider how the other people you left behind might feel? Like Sakura and me?
What, did Shinji do something bad again?
We never have a day he doesn't do something. He might have gone a bit too far yesterday. Voice crack. But he might have gone a bit too far yesterday. He made a first-year guy quit.
Mitsuzuri sighs gravely. Seeing her look so serious is rare to begin with, but the rest of her story is particularly alarming. What the heck? Why'd he quit?
Shinji took his anger out on him. He gathered all the female members and made the first year barely learn how to handle a bow, shoot his bow until he hit the target. Shinji mocked him the whole time.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
That's drill sergeant shit.
Yeah.
What? How could you let something like that happen?
I would never let that happen. The captain's got a lot to do, you know. You know very well that I don't live in the dojo.
Yeah, but what the hell was Shinji thinking? He may be harsher than the others, but he's not the type to make someone into a spectacle.
Listen to you. You're something, Amiya.
What do you mean by that? Were you just thinking something bad about me?
I wouldn't dare. Just making an observation. If you want to get angry about it, that's your call.
Rip! Well done, well done. Flip his words on him. Just because he's best boy doesn't mean he gets to be a bitch.
Yeah.
Why are you using my own words against me? Let me do that again, that was terrible. Why are you using my own words against me? Fine. So, what got into Shinji? Why'd he do that?
I heard Tosaka shot him down pretty brutally.
Oh, we saw that too. Huh? Tosaka? You mean that Tosaka?
Do you know any other Tosakas in this school?
Yes, he says, and then says, wait, no.
A second year honor student in Class A, Miss Perfect, Rin Tosaka.
That's the first time I've heard that nickname. But it fits. It's no surprise Shinji got rejected. And knowing Tosaka, she probably had some pretty harsh insults to go with the rejection.
Anyway, Shinji's been acting out since yesterday. That's why I've had to watch him like a hawk in the dojo up until now.
Shinji does have a low tolerance for some things. I know it might be tough, but good luck, Mitsuzuri.
Yeah, but you know how Shinji never lets go of anything. I'm just afraid he might really do something bad the next time he asks Tosaka and gets rejected again.
I just think it's funny that they treat this as an inevitability.
Yeah, he might as well be.
No, even Shinji wouldn't go near someone who just rejected him. He's good about that sort of thing.
But what if the person who turned him down comes near him instead? I don't know why, but Tosaka swings by the dojo to come watch. Oh well, you quit, so you probably don't know that.
You're up, Naz.
That's
Yeah,
news
hello,
to me.
Nazi.
Hello. Rin Tosaka
Tosaka.
doesn't participate in any club activities because her family forbids it or something. She even turned down nomination to be a member of the student council, so I always thought she went straight home after school.
I guess this isn't horrible once in a while. He's always acted high and mighty, so it might be good for him to struggle for once. Sorry, but not sorry.
So what did I miss while I was gone?
Shirou and Sakura competing stupidly over who gets to make the goddamn food. Sakura has a bruise. Shirou's like, that Shinji motherfucker did this to you. I'm gonna go break his face.
As he should.
Yeah.
Itsuzuri has a weird way of looking at things.
No.
Mitsuzuri. Now that I think about it, they say that Rin Tosaka has a lot of enemies. I wonder if Mitsuzuri is one of them too.
Mitsuzuri?
No, with Japanese names, you usually emphasize the first syllable. In English, we usually, usually we emphasize the second. But
I don't know. To me,
So
Mitsuzuri
Mitsuzuri.
sounds the most natural. Mitsuzuri?
I'll just call her Mitsuzuri.
Itsuzuri.
Mhm.
Is one of
Yes.
them too?
Hey, Mitsuzuri. That's kind of cruel even for you.
Oh, it's almost time. See you later, Emiya. You should swing by to see my... Just swing by to see my bulwark next time.
Itsuzuri hastily runs off. And Dia, were you taking a drink of water during that sentence?
Which one?
When?
Because I
were-
wasn't.
Oh, okay.
Classic Mitsuzuri.
Never minded just how forthright she always is. I feel a bit more at ease and head towards the classroom. It's lunchtime. Our school has quite the cafeteria, and most of the students eat lunch there. But there are some old-fashioned students who still bring their own lunches, including myself and the student council president, sitting right in front of me. Emiya, can I have some of your fried chicken? My lunch is kind of lacking in protein.
Mood?
Fine, but why is your lunch always so plain, Issei? I know you live in a temple, but there's no rule that prohibits you from consuming alcohol or meat, right?
Absolutely not. The idea is anachronistic. It's just how my father does things. According to him, a young priest should not indulge themselves in luxuries. If I want to complain, I should do something about it. So I'm actually considering joining the circus one of these days.
That sounds like your old man.
He says his father is a priest at Ryodo Temple. Ryodo Temple. A
Ryudo.
larger-than-life
Ryudo.
Ryudo Temple. A larger-than-life figure who is also friends with Fujine's grandfather. They're all connected. They're all
connected.
on the Yakuza. Yakuza connections. Fate Stay Night. Anyone who gets along with old man Fujimura can't possibly be normal.
Well then, here you go. You owe me.
I passed my bento box to him. Ah, much thanks. This is pretty much begging for alms. Say bows deeply. I honestly question whether I should be reminded that he's the son of a priest at times like this. Oh, by the way, did you hear about the commotion at the 2nd District? Around the intersection you and I were part ways at, going home?
The intersection?
Could it be the same intersection where I saw all the police cars this morning?
Could it? Like,
I do enjoy that we kind of juggle the narration, but we stick to characters individually. To me, that really works. Keeps
Yeah.
everybody in the game, and we kind of cycle that based on who needs lines.
Yeah. Apparently there was a murder there. I don't know the details, but only one child out of a family of 4 survived. Both parents and the older sister were stabbed to death by some sort of long weapon instead of a typical knife.
Based.
Jeez. What is Lancer up to?
Who says it's Lancer doing it?
No long weapon?
A long weapon? Does he mean a sword or something? If it's a murder, then that weapon killed the parents and the older sister. I can't help but imagine it. Someone sneaks into the house late at night. Unreasonable violence. A horrible nightmare the victim neither imagined nor wished for. Like a traffic accident. Parents are slaughtered. The older sister falls victim without knowing what is happening. A lone child, hidden in the shadows, is covered in their family's blood. Yeah, I'm starting to think Shirou might not be all okay there in the head.
I mean, he's a
No
survivor
way.
of trauma himself.
Yeah. And Ben, did you say the line? I didn't hear it myself.
No, you guys were still talking. Issei, did they catch the murder?
Doesn't look like it. Accident stemming from faulty construction in Shinto. And now a murder with something like a sword here? Ugh. It's no wonder the school curfew is... what's wrong, Emiya? Did you choke on your lunch? I can perform mouth-to-mouth.
He heard the word sword and he got an instant erection, that's all.
To quote Issei, I can perform mouth-to-mouth.
That was the right time. Nothing. Why do you ask?
Well, you had a stern look on your face, which surprised me. Sorry, I shouldn't bring this up while we're eating. Issei apologizes and tries to lighten the mood. I actually don't mind topics like this. I didn't realize I was looking so severe. And then, there's a gentle knock on the student council's room door.
He looks tiny.
Oh yeah, he's mine. Sorry. Is Ryudo here?
Yes. What is it, sir? Mr. Kuzuki enters, and Issei steps over to him to have a quiet conversation. It must be a casual student council matter, since Issei looks relaxed.
Look at that.
That's something I don't see every day.
Okay, good. I was right. I was hoping it was his Shirou line.
That's what I was thinking too. I was waiting for Dia just to click one more time just to give us extra context. Issei is surprisingly shy. He keeps his distance from classmates and even teachers, but for some reason he's warmed up to the student council advisor, Mr. Kuzuki.
Maybe they get along because they're both straight-laced.
I believe it's Suriicho. No,
I'll give it to you.
Soichiro?
It's
Soichiro.
Soichiro.
Soichiro Kuzuki is the homeroom teacher from Class 2A, and he's very serious and kind of weird. I so infrequently remember his name and just call him Kuzuki.
I'm proud of Dia for actually being able to read and pronounce these so easily.
I mean, it's because...
Presumably this is because Dia has actually had to learn parts of multiple other languages before. So learning how to deal with orthography is convenient.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah. Like Dia, aren't you at this point pretty much trilingual?
No.
Not really, but I have some basic knowledge.
She's bilingual and is building another language. It'll probably be more than a year until she's fluent in Norwegian.
Possibly.
Yeah, I honestly, I expect it to be more than a year until you're conversational, and then another more than a year until you're fluent, at least.
Yeah, that's a
Because that's
pretty
just
good
sort of
estimation.
That generally just is how language learning goes.
Yeah.
With the amount of time you're putting in, you're doing okay.
Because I don't remember how frequently you've been learning it.
Yeah, admittedly at this point, I think I might know more about the in and out of Dia's life than anybody but Dia.
And even then, you could probably guess more than she knows.
I can guess her behavior, but that's because I'm better at guessing people's behavior than she is. That's not a Dia thing, that's my fascination with understanding people. Anyway, Soichiro Kuzuki is the homeroom teacher for Class 2A, and he's very serious and kind of weird.
Oh, you're taking over?
I just wanted to actually get the name out right once in context, that's all. But you're
Fair.
good to go from here.
Some part of that is probably why he and Issei get on so well. The two continue to talk. As I watch them, I can't stop thinking about the murder.
Yeah, that's probably pretty reasonable.
Surprise, surprise, it's Persona 4 time now. Oh. Classes end, and it's time to go home. I can't wander around because I have work today.
It's already been 90 minutes, so we should make a cut sometime soon.
How about just right now?
Nah, we've got a little bit longer. There'll be a good cut soon.
Mm-hmm.
I shouldn't do anything at school. I should head straight to the neighboring town, but... Maybe the morning's conversation bothered me more than I realized. The next thing I know, I'm at the Kyudo Club.
Oh, here we go. What the hell am I thinking?
I think you shouldn't do it more loudly. Since
sorry.
Yeah, that's exclamation.
I need to move my mic closer. But yeah. What the hell am I thinking?
That's better, I guess.
Itsuzuri said Rin Tosaka frequently visits. Well, I hadn't thought of that, but I think it'd be a problem if Shinji got violent against Tosaka.
Sorry, my webcam just wanted to fall. Had to catch it.
Cringe.
Wait, didn't we agree on Tosaka or Tosaka?
Tosaka.
Tosaka. Okay.
Noted. D is a pronunciation authority over Nazi. Shinji's unstoppable when he gets mad.
Shinji's lashing out. Yeah?
He's the uncredible Hulk.
Uncredible Hulk.
The incorrigible Hulk.
That too.
Shinji lashing out Tosaka because she rejected him would be bad. Well, I don't know exactly how, but it'd just be bad.
Oh, Tosaka's not even here.
Tosaka's nowhere to be found around the dojo.
So, notice, Shirou, is saying he's worried about a fight, but he has not been at the dojo for like a year, and hearing that Rin might be here draws him in.
Yeah.
Translation, he has a crush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the off chance he can see her. Itsuzuri worried for nothing.
Who's not here?
Ah.
Oh, it's
We gotta redo that. We gotta redo that.
Why is he so close?
Femboy Issei.
What are you talking about? I've been behind you the entire time, Shirou.
Anyway, now let's take over.
I'm asking, who's not here? Issei, who I thought I'd parted ways with, is standing right next to me.
Why are you even here, Issei? Don't scare me like that.
I saw you snooping around the dojo and couldn't help but come to check it out. So, who are you saying is not here?
Well, it's Tosaka. I heard she had a spat with Shinji yesterday. So I wanted to make sure things were okay. I need to stop giving like a joking tone to Shirou. Shirou is like very matter-of-fact and deadpan, and I'm just being lazy.
Is that so? Huh. Giving up more information than you have to is kind of suspicious for you. I only asked you who wasn't here.
He's saying, methinks the lady doth protest too much. To translate what he was saying there. Yeah. Anyway. What? It's none of your business what I do around here.
Shirou is totally blushing right now.
It's pointless, Emiya. Tosaka isn't here. She cut class today.
What?
Oh yeah, this is the day when she's showing Archer around town, just so she isn't in school.
Yeah.
Cut class? So she's absent?
I see. Wait. Issei. Why do you think she cut class? That's not the sort of thing she'd ever do.
Of course she would. She's not the type to ever get sick. If you want to know what I think, she's bad. Don't let her looks fool you, Emiya, or she'll swallow you whole.
He's
think you like
jealous.
Wait, hold it. You didn't hear the last part, and then there'll be nothing left for the rest of us.
I think it's very funny to choose that language because Shirou, I think, would very much like that.
Somehow, what he's saying irritates me, even though I'm laughing.
Give me a moment here.
Alright.
I'm checking something on my computer, trying to solve a problem.
Alright, no worries. I'll just wait until you're ready before I say the line again.
Thanks.
Also, Adley looks very cute in that picture.
Yeah, totally.
I think this is...
Oh yeah, later today I'm going to be baking some stuff, so Dia, you can get to lick the spoon.
Foob?
Not just food, Dia. Sweets.
Sweets? Baked goods?
Yep. I'm going to be making ice cream bread and marzipan.
Nice, nice.
Wow.
Baking is hard. I've never done baking before.
Baking is more of an art than science.
No, alone in cooking. Baking is the part that's science. Everything else is art.
I know.
I know you know, I know what you're quoting, I just...
Yeah, I wanted to give you a chance to yell at me.
Yeah. We both know exactly what's being discussed here, but, like, literally baking is the part of cooking that is science, not art. Everything else, it's an art. Anyway, we're good. You can read.
Okay. I may not know Tosaka that well. I don't think she's a bad person.
Well...
Yeah, I forgot where the forward button is.
Yeah, sorry. I still have that... what is it called? Secret Santa thing. In an hour or maybe even less.
Okay.
Well, we'll finish
Maybe
up
actually
before
the next cut will be the final one for today.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Make that one the final cut for the day. But let's get through some progress before that. Because I know some things about what happens, so...
Yeah, so let's do that.
Yeah. Also, we should ban Egg.
We should.
I
Imagine
can't believe she ditched us for her
spending
family.
time with
Like,
family instead of us. What?
I like, as I said, she doesn't even like her family.
Yeah.
She literally does not like her family.
She'd rather spend time with people she
Just
hates
like
than with
me,
people
for
she
real,
likes,
for real.
like Dia.
No, at this point I'm her favorite. I'm just also her least favorite.
So it evens out.
No, it doesn't even out. You would much rather have somebody you like loathe you than think nothing of you.
So soon. Okay,
What's
so
what you say? You know Tosaka's not like that.
Have you got a secret crush on Tosaka too? My apologies if so. Forget what I said. Ugh. The host, a whole nother one.
Can you do this exclamation, Ben?
A secret crush? Like hell?
More like heaven. Don't make assumptions. I'm just worried Shinji's going to stir up some trouble.
That's so against Ben's, like, entire existence being embarrassed like that.
I can be embarrassed, but not by that. If somebody caught me out today with a crush on a girl like that, I'd just say, look, I have good taste and you can't blame me.
Exactly, so you can't be embarrassed. Like
But
I
that's
said,
my
it's
point, is
your
that
type.
that sort of thing doesn't embarrass me.
Yes, I know. So you came here to sweep in and stop Shinji from attacking Tosaka. You really were going to take on some dirty work for nothing. It's not my place to say this, but you got bad taste, Emiya.
Just bit me instead, yeah.
That was fighting words with Ben.
You know what I would say in response to that, right?
Yeah.
Wait, I'll help. It's 5 words. Actually,
words.
let's make it better. 6 words.
I'm taller than you, so shut up. I know that's not 6.
I challenge you to a duel.
Yep. It's time to
Yeah, that's 6
duel.
words.
Yeah, in other words, literally a waifu war. How dare you!
And just for no reason at all, has a spare glove he keeps around to smack people with the challenge into a duel in the Bash's honor.
You don't know. I have one glove that lives in my car, and the paired glove lives in my backpack for that purpose.
I fucking knew it.
If you think I haven't done this before...
Oh no, I know you have.
Look, it is my habit to solve all problems with better conflict.
Shall we continue, though?
Yes.
You're the one who has the button. We're waiting on you.
You're bantering, so I was waiting for you to
You
finish.
can also always press
We
the button
banter to
while we
fill the
banter.
space!
You can always
Okay.
press the button to continue while we banter, and we can just stop.
Also,
Yeah,
it tells
okay,
us
I'll
that
do
we're
that.
good to stop bantering whenever we're ready. If we don't, the signal you're sending is keep going.
Yeah.
Okay, I get you.
Do you?
Okay, Dia's not pressing the button, so either she's going to be part of the bit too, or she's just waiting for us to finish, or she's doing something else. And usually, on the outside of caution, we're going to assume you're doing something else.
What else could I be doing?
Murder.
You could be drying your hair with the fans from your PC.
That's entirely fair.
Anyway, Dia now press the button, and there's new dialogue on the screen, Ben.
I was purchasing cheese, sorry. I'm
You know what?
unscathed.
There.
I'm unscathed so far because nothing happened. But Issei, what was that crap you were saying?
What? That having the hots for Tosaka isn't bad taste?
I love that. It's so awful. Great. Yeah, that. Tosaka's popular. I haven't heard any bad rumors about her.
Would it be a character for Issei to call Rin Tosaka instead because he hates her?
No, because he's Japanese.
I know. No, you haven't, and that's what bothers me.
What part bothers you?
Everything about her! That woman's a vixen, a minx, a monster! Anyway, I instinctively dislike her. My advice to you is to not fall for her. Instead, fall for me.
You're the one who always warns everyone not to talk about people behind their backs.
Oh, fuck. Come on. This hardly counts as gossip. I'm not even talking loud enough for others to hear.
Comically.
No wonder I sense people watching us. me a second, respond to a text. Well, that's a relief. I'm really glad Tosaka's absent today.
Issei, please, can we talk a little quieter?
If you say so. Understood. But I'll have you know, my words were hardly slander. I just wanted to let you know that I'm wary, oh my god, wary of Rin Tosaka. Everything I said is just my own personal opinion.
Yet you've used words like vixen and minx.
I'm pretty sure minx is definitely a derogatory term. Give me 1 second.
Nope.
Okay. Don't worry about it, it's a compliment. There are good vixens and monsters too, you know.
I don't think so.
I can prove you wrong in this very same thing we're reading right now. I simply use those terms to describe her in a good way.
Why is he backpedaling?
Because his crush is pushing back against him. He doesn't want to be thought of negatively by his crush.
Yeah, honestly, getting in a fight with somebody like Shirou is a bad idea because he's exceedingly useful and impossibly stubborn and hard to understand. So if you get in a fight with him, you could end up saying something where you'd never be able to talk to each other again.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing people who are a little bit like that in real life, people who have, an unusual moral sense or an unusual sense of identity are very risky to get in fights with because you're not going to be playing by the same rules. So
Yeah.
Upsetting Shirou is almost always a bad idea.
Issei laughs. I'll see you later. I'm going back to the student council room. But you're going to your job, right? You really shouldn't waste your time hanging around here then. Especially with Shinji nearby. Issei leaves calm and composed, perhaps because he felt satisfied having said everything he wanted to say. I've known him for 2 years now, but honestly, I still don't get that guy. The feeling is mutual, Shirou. I ride the bus from school for 20 minutes. I arrive at Shinto, the neighboring town across the bridge.
Oh, it's not even 5 yet. I still have some time.
There aren't many part-time jobs in the residential area of Miyama. But there are plenty in Shinto since it's a developing area. Our school allows students to hold part-time jobs, so I take on simple jobs.
Yeah, that's the thing in Japan. A lot of times schools just will not let you have a part-time.
Oh.
I prefer my jobs to be physical, and the tougher and shorter they are, the better. Just wanted to get that out of the way really quick.
Yeah, he would prefer to do a hard job to get training out of it, but save as much time as possible for more training. In other words, he approaches life the same way that I do a video game.
Yep, I was about to say, just like Ben. I get paid all while training my body, so it's like killing 2 birds with 1 stone.
Yeah, so Shirou is a character that I identify with a lot, even if we're reasonably different, in his, totally ruined sense of identity.
Oh no.
Today, I'll work from 5 to 8 o'clock for a simple loading job. It may just be 3 hours of work, but it feels more like 6, since they make you work without a minute's rest. Which means I need to rest when I have the opportunity, even if it's just for 10 minutes. Walking around aimlessly would be a waste of energy, so I decide to rest at a park until it's time. This park is nestled between buildings, and it's like a giant plaza full of trees and shrubbery. A park should typically be filled with families and couples during weekends and holidays, but this one is deserted at this hour. In fairness, this place is always desolate, no matter the day of the time.
This place is the same as always.
I sigh in exasperation.
Good boy. You got it.
Yeah, I know. I was reading it as a different word at first. I'm like, wait a minute, hold up, course correction. The area isn't unkept, and it's really pretty ugly compared to the other places that are properly landscaped and maintained. As if the desolate location had set the mood, the wind itself blows cold and harsh. This place is the remnant of a great catastrophe that happened 10 years ago. It's the very place where I was saved from the brink of death.
Oh, so that wasn't
Yes,
really
it's a
far
murder.
away at all. Oh,
Yeah. Well, this is the murder
Vincent,
part.
this is where the final battle of the last Grail Warren took place?
Yeah.
With the
It's
big
same
True,
thing.
you didn't have
fire?
to go that far to find an orphan.
Kiritsugu was, pretty close. He was a
Yeah.
mage in a mage war in a town. I mean, he was obviously one of the people in the last war.
Wasn't
And
he
so-
an underground mage?
He was. He was. But nonetheless. Yeah.
So this burned park used to be a village?
Or a
The
town.
whole place has changed a lot after the huge fire. This area became a park, and the surrounding area got renovated. So the town is pretty different than it used to be.
I'm still processing it a little.
What was that?
I think maybe it's snow sliding from roofs. Sometimes hear that
Ah, okay.
noise.
So I was about to say that sounded like the wind being depicted in the narration right now.
Why don't they seed some grass here or something? It's a shame to keep it like this.
The area is quite large, so they leveled it. There'd be plenty of space to work on the park. I sit down on the bench as I think. Nothing else to do, I stare out over the burned area to pass the time. I don't remember anything that happened here. The only thing I remember is that it was hot and I couldn't breathe. And that some people died trying to save others.
I wonder why that happened. Sorry, I was looking away for a moment. I was preparing food.
Ah, okay. One adult here died because they were trying to save a child from a burning house.
In World of Warcraft or in real life?
Yes.
In a video game, but I'll be involved in real-world food production later today.
Another person was offered all of the available water to extinguish their raw, parched throat, while others in the same situation died. Someone here tried to flee the fire as fast as they could, but the people left behind died. And someone died here because they gave whatever it was that kept them alive to someone they didn't even know. I didn't like thinking about that. Just thinking about people trying to help become victims for their trouble makes me angry. Is it too much to ask for everyone to be saved? And for them to get their happy endings afterward? All I want is to see people peacefully prevail. Why can't that happen?
I'll take this. That's a tough one. What you're essentially saying is that you want to save everyone.
That was Kiritsugu's response to the question when a very young me asked it. As a child, I obviously refused to accept that idea.
But you saved me, Kiritsugu. I knew you were a magician and you could do anything. I knew you were a champion of justice who wouldn't let anyone suffer. And you did it without asking for any reward. That's why I've always believed you managed to save everyone back then.
response to me shouting this at him, Kiritsugu looked back more troubled than I'd ever seen him, and said something I remember to this day.
Shirou, saving one person means you don't save someone else. Being saved by a champion of justice only means you're one of the few they manage to reach. It might be obvious, but that is what a champion of justice is.
Yeah, I get that. And now that it's been pointed out, it seems so obvious. Imagine if there were a burglar and some hostages. The burglar intends to kill the hostages. Under normal circumstances, the majority of the hostages would probably die. But if by some miracle all the hostages were saved, there's someone who didn't get saved. The burglar, of course, since saving the hostages was done at the cost of his life. The people the Champion of Justice saves are only those whom the Champion of Justice deems to save. That's why saving everyone is impossible. Even God can't do that.
So then just
Excuse
describe
me.
the trolley problem, but more.
No.
No.
Although that is a meme. You know, an internet meme is Shirou trying to say, I'll solve that trolley problem and save all 6 of them.
I don't know how, but it'll probably involve a sword.
So this happens every year on October 20th, on Shirou Day. That's one of the common memes that people post.
Hmm.
Solving the trolley problem. Not making the moral sacrifice, but figuring out how to cheat.
Interesting.
Especially if it's a natural disaster. No person is able to save everyone and everything.
Fire 10 years ago was like that. As someone who was miraculously saved from the incident, it wasn't my place to say anything at this point.
But I still don't like it.
I don't want anything like that. I don't like the idea that there's a limitation to who can be saved. No matter how impossible it may be, I need to reach out to help. I can't stand to see people around me die, like back then. If the person I am now had been there 10 years ago, I would have thrown myself into the fire.
But then I would have died. And for nothing.
That would have happened for sure. Jeez, I can't even fantasize in my head.
Relatable.
Yeah.
Oh crap, I can't believe it's already 5.
A bell in the distance rings, chiming 5 o'clock. I get up from the bench and hurry to my part-time job. By the time I'm done working, the sun has long since set. It's a little before 8 o'clock. I finished about 10 minutes earlier because I kind of overworked myself. Maybe it's because I stopped by that park before work. That might have motivated me to push myself harder. At the train station, the night is just getting started. That was the one time where that train sound effect was appropriate.
Which train effect?
You can't hear it?
No?
I'm assuming it's coming from Ben then. Because I've been hearing...
It's definitely not coming from me.
Oh, is
It's
it actually from the game itself then?
It's definitely not coming
No.
from me. I don't have any train tracks nearby.
Well, no, because it's
Cringe.
definitely not like an actual train going by. I would know. I know what that sounds like. But it sounds like a toy model train or an alarm of something that someone set to sound like a train.
Ah,
Anyway, let's keep going.
yeah.
Yeah. There are a bunch of people milling about and an endless stream of cars on the road.
Guess there's no need for me to get something for Fujine.
walk along the path as I gaze up at the light and buildings. It's the biggest building in Shinto, so I can't see all the way up the top. As I gaze at the building, enjoying the nighttime scenery,
Huh?
I think I see something bizarre.
What is that?
I stop and try to look at the very top. I squint, trying to bring what I see into focus. But it's like staring at grains of rice. Oh my god, is she Batman? It looks like someone I know. But I can't think why this girl I know would have a reason to be there. It doesn't seem like she's going to do anything up there. But she's just standing there, looking down at the street. I was gonna say that at the very end.
Sniped.
Fuck you, Ben!
Fuck you,
Nope.
Ben.
Nope, out of both of your leagues.
Too bad. But she's just standing there, looking down at the city, as the wind ruffles her hair. I already bit your shoulder, I've marked my territory.
Okay, so I remember when we were reading Rin's part of this, she was for some reason surprised to see Shirou down there, but like, he makes complete sense
to be
being
fair-
down there. He was working.
To be fair though to her, she doesn't know his schedule, she doesn't know what his life's about.
True.
So as far as she's aware, she's just a guy from her school. What the fuck is he doing here this late at night during curfew?
I mean, late, it's
Fair.
8 p.m.
Remember, they're supposed to be home by like 6.
True.
Because of the murders and the gas leaks and everything.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't seem to notice me down below. Actually, there's no way she could see me.
Didn't Rin think the exact same thing?
Yeah.
Yes. Even my near-perfect vision, enhanced with Magecraft, can barely distinguish myself.
What?
Able-
That's what she was missing. Is that
Yeah.
Is that he actually can reinforce his eyes.
Reinforcement is pretty useful. I'm able to tell she's up there because she's isolated. But there's no way she would be able to pick me out of a group in the crowd. Out of a crowd on the ground. She's just looking down at the town. It seems like she's looking for something. I can almost feel her sharp gaze even at this distance, undressing me with her eyes. I forget just how long it's been, but I continue to look up at the girl standing in the void. She stands at the top of a high tower. It's like a magician looking down at the surface world from the bright moon, with the bright moon shining right behind her.
Not in this shot.
Oh.
And then disappears, apparently done with whatever brought her up there. The rooftop stands empty, and the scenery returns back to nothing more than the beautiful night sky.
Is that Tosaka up there?
I can't be sure, but I'm probably right about who it was, at least. There aren't many girls I know who stand out like her. And besides, I'm not so out of it that I'd fail to notice a girl I secretly admire. It's just... Dosaka sure had a weird way of spending her time. Unlike Shinto, there's no sign of people anywhere near Miyama. There is nobody around after 8 at night, and the town is silent and still. The house I saw this morning stands across the intersection. There are no signs of life, and a no trespassing sign hangs over the front door. In just a single day, the house has fallen quiet, almost like an abandoned building. A girl and her parents were killed by a burglar. I wonder what life awaits now for the single child who survived. I bite my lip, frustrated by my powerlessness. I promised I'd be just like Kiritsugi. I mean, it's not Kiritsugi, Kiritsugu. I couldn't do anything, even when something like this happens so close to home. I want to help people. I don't even know what I can do. I reach the top of the hill where my house sits. The lights are on, so Fujine and Sakura are still inside.
I'm home. Oh, it's just you, Fujine.
Hmm? Oh, welcome back, Shirou.
Fujine turns toward me, munching on a rice cracker. TV is tuned to a lively variety show.
You're home late
You're home.
again. Didn't I tell you to come home earlier since it gets dark so fast in winter?
I am home early. I had to work until 8, so get off my back about that.
I'm gonna need you to get all off Shirou's back on this one.
So where's Sakura? I see dinner's already prepared.
Sorry, I'm yawning.
I'll never forgive you.
Sakura went home early. She said she had something to do today, so she just came and made dinner.
Fujine cheerfully replies. As far as she's concerned, anyone who makes her food is a good person.
For real, for real.
I see. That's probably a good thing for now. It's been dangerous lately, so maybe I'll take over making dinner until the new term starts.
Objection? You come home so late. If you make dinner when you get back, I won't get to eat until after 10.
I don't see how that's his problem.
Couldn't you just eat at home?
What are you talking about? This is my home.
Fujine turns her head, puzzled. Tilts her head, puzzled. Honestly, I'm not sure if a response like that should make me happy or sad.
Sheesh, fine. I know it's pointless asking you to make dinner. By the way, what have you got there? What's that you got there? You didn't bring me more junk, did you?
Fujine has a tendency to leave a bunch of junk here.
She really is a cat.
That's a bad thing, you know, right? That's
Yeah.
a bad thing?
She'll
Oh, I
bring
don't
stuff
know.
like bowls from restaurants that are too big to be functional, an unnecessarily heavy earthen teapot, or a weird guitar that plays itself. She must think this place is convenient storage or something.
Show it to me. I'm gonna toss it if it's trash.
This thing? It's just a poster.
Fujine hands me the poster. It's probably a poster of some no-name singer.
Let's see.
I knew it. It's a poster of a young man wearing a military uniform, smiling with his thumbs up, all in front of a cheap-looking blue sky background.
I see those all the way.
Well, yeah, you see them everywhere
where?
because your country is busy,
That's-
you know, converting all of its people into,
Cannon fodder.
pulp. That was pulp.
They make pelmeni out of
Caption on the
people.
poster. The caption on the poster in bloody font. Love, lovely Ranger Land. Come at the self-defense meetup. Hey, this is a recruitment poster for a youth group.
I don't want it, so you can have it.
I don't want this either.
I quickly roll the poster back up and try to whack Fujine in the head with it. I do that to my students too, by the way.
You missed!
However, Fujine counters with mercilessly with another poster she'd been holding.
Bonk.
Her poster sword bops me light. Ah. Stars! I see stars!
You thought you were going to hit me? You'll need to up your game if you ever hope to do that.
That's not the issue here. How the hell does a paper poster make a sound like that?
Oh, lead
Paper?
pipe.
Did she manage some sort of technique only a true poster master can execute?
Eh? Oh, sorry. My poster's a collector's edition, made of fancy plate steel. Is your head okay, Shirou?
I guess you could say she's a postmaster general.
I don't think you could. No, I don't think you could. Fujine, you're going to end up killing someone one of these days.
It's okay, it'll only be you, Shirou.
If that time ever comes, it'll be all good because you'll sweep in and marry me.
Yeah, not a chance. I'm not marrying a natural-born killer. Foreshadowing.
What? I don't think I'm that violent.
You would be that unaware of your actions.
Pray that I survive. I'll have to be very careful from now on if I'm going to have any hope of avoiding being murdered.
That is foreshadowing, actually, for tomorrow. Keep talking big, but now I'm hungry, Shirou. I've been waiting for so long, so let's hurry and eat already.
Fujine gets up. What's up with Fujine? She must be really hungry if she's offering to help. Even if it's just help setting the table.
My teacher doing actual work? End of the world.
My teacher can't be this useless.
No, it can't be this useful. He's sure she's useless. Fine. When you take out the plates and bowls, you can at least scoop the rice into bowls, right?
You take this spoon, you put it inside the rice cooker, bring out the rice, put it in the bowl.
That's like the nicest picture of her in the whole VN. This one right here. She looks like
Nice.
a person. Even a girl, in fact.
Yeah.
You mean she doesn't look like a person otherwise?
I'm just being mean. You know, I do that a lot.
I'm just examining the hand because I'm an artist and I suck at hands. I've actually been looking at the hands a lot today.
I'm gonna be completely honest, looking at that hand, specifically her left, without the use of any note of fingernails, it looks like her hand is backwards almost. Like, you see, like, how on, like, the index and, like, middle fingers, especially, like, they have, like, the knuckles aren't there, really.
I don't know, Nazi, I see the nails.
On the left hand, not the right one.
Yeah, on both hands.
At least in the screen share, I can't see any nails, and it looks like her pointer finger, at the very least, her finger is really on
so
backwards.
I'd like to clear this up. Dia is right, Nazi is wrong.
Of course I'm right.
Uh-huh.
Anyway. Of course I
let's
can.
re-examine that. Let's re-examine that, of course, for a moment.
If anything, Ben is mostly saying that just because he wants us to keep going on, because Dia, you already mentioned that you have to be somewhere soon.
Yeah, we have to
Basically.
be out soon.
Yeah.
Let's continue. Of course I can.
Continue.
Okay, do you think it will be okay if I use a bigger rice bowl?
That shouldn't be a problem. Sakura is not here today, so we'll definitely have leftovers.
Those are dangerous words, Shirou.
Good, good. Then you and I will have matching bowls today.
Fujine scoops mounds of rice into the 2 large bowls. Whatever. I was going to go for a second helping anyway. And if I meddle in what Fujine does now, we may not really have any dinner. Besides, this is the kind of chaotic scene dinner at my house has been for years.
Cute. At least they eat dinner together.
Another day
Breakfast.
ends. We finish our rowdy dinner, and after I see off Fujine, I take a bath. After that, I head to the shed for my daily training. I complete it as usual, and then go to sleep. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. Today ends peacefully, and without incident.
Foreshadowing. Oh, and here we go. Here is a good cutoff point.
Yep, that is our cutoff point.
Yep.
Now stop.
And this is where we stop.
Said stop.
Stop!
All right.
Yeah, this is nice. Finally playing more
Yep, so we're-
of Fate.
We're almost caught up. We'll probably try to be a little faster in the future.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe a few less tangents.
3 or 4.
Maybe. What else? I guess. How's next Sunday looking, the 29th? Or is it too
Next
close to
Sunday
holidays?
No, next Sunday is the last Sunday I have available before Peggy comes out here for 2 weeks.
Oh,
Well,
So-
when Peggy's there, then we can bring her on to voice characters.
Maybe I'll ask her.
She'll say yes.
She can replace Egg. We can ban Egg.
It's good to have backups for when you can't get somebody on hand, yeah.
Like Egg.
oh no, not
But
this
stupid
music. It got
gang, yeah.
copyrighted last time.
I mean, we all understand that egg is this heinous abomination made from the mix of France and Canada that will ruin all things that she touches, of course.
She ruined her server just by existing.
Damn.
Honestly, I think I kind of ruined her server, but
No, you made it better. You know what I should bother her about more?
boobs.
No. Making art for the game.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But yeah, thank you for hanging out with me again. Reading this cool video game book with me.
No, this is just a way to get somebody to read half of Fate Stay Night for me and do the advancing of the dialogue while I can do stuff on the side. You're just all auxiliaries to me.
This is basically Ben's Read Fate Stay Night easy mode.
Okay, so as a real Warren man, you just help me read the fate for you. Okay.
Yes! I'm just being a proper Vorin man and making the Femoid do the reading for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the dwarf.
Well, I was thinking that, dwarves, they don't really factor, so it's fine if a dwarf knows how to read. It's like an ardent knowing how to read.
Mm-hmm. Oh, geez.
Oh, yeah, Dia.
10%. Yeah?
If you have time later on this, I will train you some more in Mon since you can beat me.
Tonight? I mean, maybe?
It's not that hard. In random battles, the worst player wins a fifth of the time anyway.
So anyway...
We can have you learn more about which Pokemon are what types and everything that way, too.
Yeah, like, generally speaking, and I know this is weird, there are green ones that are in fact grass type, and blue ones that are, and this is true, also grass type.
Can you give a quick example aside from Tangela and Tangros?
Lotad.
No, that one's both, that doesn't count.
Yeah, Lotus has green in it. I also
found
thought
the
of Lotus
loophole and
immediately.
says no.
I guess Bulbasaur, but he also has green. Anyway, I have 10 minutes to get ready, so
Anyway.
goodbye.
Bye, Femoid.
Bye.
Bye bye.